to play it. As we've seen in some of the other matches earlier tonight, like let's talk about them. We saw Demon S do it. We saw Dewey do it a little bit, and it's the kind of thing where a lot of players, they will say, "Oh, I got a hit. Let me go follow it up with another one." But instead, what Walter's doing is saying, "Okay, let me get my pot shot and then disappear from view so that you have no idea where I've gone and what I'm gonna do next." And look at this aggression by both players. Walter, though, coming out on top.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by the play coming out of Walter right now because, as you said, he's really pulling a ninja, coming out where he's not expected, and the combination of those pot shots being, you're taking damage, you're having to readjust your thinking about where your opponent is, where he's going, and where you're going because now you just took 80 damage from that rail. Really screwing up Plague's game right now.
Great prediction by Walter. Nails Plague as he comes through that teleporter. And that will give him a chance to pick up yellow. And he's going to wait and get a shot on red. Let's wait for it. He does miss the shot. He's very low on health, so he can't move into the room and challenge it. But what he can do is just evade here and maintain position. Now he's going to hear the teleporter. Now he's going to wait for the shot on the Mega. Bumping up a little bit of health, trying to get back in time. He has done so. Now he just waits for the move. Goes up. Has, again, the better position. Does not get the Mega, though. And that should give the frag here to Plague.
Now, Plague did not... I don't think Plague saw Walter coming through that teleporter, so that was in Walter's court. But Walter, failed to land that LG when he was jumping across, and also failed to land that railgun as he was jumping down. So Plague had, he got off lucky that time.
Yeah. I mean, there were just some interesting movement mistakes for Walter where, not getting the Mega Health and as you said, missing a couple of shots really granted Plague a new lease. Now, 5-1. This thing is still very close. We're rolling around to 6 minutes. Walter's sitting at 100 and 150. Plague at 142 and 50. So there's really only about now 150 armor separating these two guys. Red armor is up. Plague should get it. There it is. We have a beautiful exchange of rails. Look at that.
Walter is down to 38. Absolutely. And that always just serves to make things just a little bit tenser for both players because they both absorb the same amount of damage. But now we have face on face, Plague and Walter exchanging rockets. Walter down to 40 health, 27 armor, but Plague is going to be getting that Mega Health. That's going to change things a little bit in his favor, but now we see Walter back there along that catwalk. Plague saying, "You stay there, I'm grabbing some yellow, because I needs it." As it stands, we're still sitting 5-1 Walter's favor, and unless Plague makes a... Okay, now we're looking at 6-1, Walter grabbing that red. Unless Plague makes a big, strong run for against Walter, just out aiming him at this point, it's not going to happen.
Lack of weapons is going to cost Plague the frag there. Walter picking up number 7, and what a shame too, because I have to say, when it was still something like 4-1, 5-1, Plague certainly could have turned that around, but now that it's 8-1, Walter picking up a couple of quick and easy frags. Only a minute left to go. Walter will have this as we wind down. Fantastic run for Plague, though. That was, I think, his 4th or 5th match taken. So he had several notches in the crown, but Walter's about to steal it from him. Of course, we do have several challengers on the server, including the likes of Judge, Waz. I believe I saw Rafa. He may have DC'd though, and we have a few other players. So we're gonna play this thing out for a few more rounds, guys. We're not quite done. Walter is gonna steal away Plague's hard-earned crown as we move on to the next match. Let's take a look. Accuracies of 32%. Lightning gun, best weapon for Walter. Plague sitting at 25%. And interestingly enough, a machine gun is his best weapon.
Now, I have to hand it to Walter, not just because of the aim and the item control, but just being able to completely discombobulate your opponent in the way that he did. Very admirable, and definitely a very heavy head game that has to go into that.
Prepare to fight.
Alright, Waz is readied up, and we're now seeing Waz versus Walter in ZTN 3-2-1, and we are going to be kicking off. Walter spawning right on that yellow, great spawn for Walter, grabbing the yellow, grabbing the Mega, but it looks like Waz is going to be getting that red armor, but not without a fight from Walter. He's going to soak up a little bit of damage.
It's sort of a typical start there, where you know, one guy gets one yellow each, and the other, you know, we have a trade-off between red and Mega. So really no unfortunate spawns for either guy. Waz, though, a little bit worse for wear for weapons, and I think right now, you know, Waz only has rail and I think like what, a plasma gun and grenade launcher, whereas Walter is sitting pretty with rockets and pretty much everything that he would want. So that is the deciding factor in these opening skirmishes here, is that Waz is short on weapons. Waz really needing an
short
LG.
on stack right now as well.
Does Waz not have a rail? I mean, it's kind of weird that he's not pulling it. There it is. I thought so. Alright.
Waz's, considering Waz's situation, he's definitely making the smart play right now by playing very conservatively, making sure he grabs enough yellow to be able to venture out and really start to take control of some items, or at least make an attempt to. But right now we're seeing Walter well ahead of that Mega health. I don't know if he lost his timing there a little bit, but we're going to see Waz here coming up here. Now red is up, and that's going to go to Walter yet again, giving him a near perfect stack at the moment. And I don't think we're going to be seeing a handicap coming from him anytime soon.
No, not at all. And oh, great precision there. Waz getting slammed with several rockets, and Walter is going to maintain his control. There's Mega, and he might lose red here. He's coming up around the back. Yeah, he'll be able to control. Now, red will probably see a shot from Waz here. Nope, he decides to not even bother peeking out. Walter probably would have expected it anyway. Hop over to Waz. He is hurting badly. He is warrior needs food badly. You know, a little throw to the old gauntlet days. Either way, Waz now eating rails for breakfast. That's not quite the food that he needs to have in his belly at the moment. Walter maintaining his monster stack at 150, Waz sitting at about 50 health. So Waz definitely on the recovery.
But there's
Walter,
Waz with grabbing that red armor. Yeah, no,
and,
what I wanted to mention is that Waz, for the first couple minutes, has been turtling very heavy, making no aggressive maneuvers whatsoever. And at first my question was, how long can you really keep that up? But that technique, if you can turn it around and get an armor grab out of it, oh, never mind, that first frag is going to go to Walter due to that LG. But, you know, Waz is turtling. It could push him in the right direction if you make something out of it, but if you don't, it's as good as not playing, really.
well, I mean, I don't know. I would say that it gives you, you know, lets you feel out your opponent without suffering much. I mean, we're only a 2-frag game here, and at this point, Walter can just spend all day, because he's got such a superior stack, he can spend all day waiting for that red to pop and doing the long-range rail shots. Waz really needs to start hitting those if he wants to dent Walter's powerhouse.
Now Waz does have a few rails here, but then again, so does Walter, and that Mega is up. Waz trying to hit with the rail just as Walter grabs for it, missing that. That was a pretty crucial miss at that point, but making the run for the red, soaking up quite a bit of damage, only 25 health left. He's got to go somewhere in order not to... Now what the fuck was that?
Walter just timed out here.
Oh, fail. And here I was getting all interested too.
I know.
Cock blocked.
Alright.
Now I have a blue network cord.
If he comes back, we'll go ahead and throw him in. If not, then I guess we'll do maybe maybe a little The Hang versus Wes for our final match of the night. We'll see.